Welcome to the Property Profits Podcast this evening or morning, and whenever you're listening to this, thank you so much for jumping on. Appreciate the heck out of y'all. Today, we're going to talk about RV and mobile home parks. It is a craze right now. It's always really been a craze, low key, right? But here's the thing. We've talked about acquiring mobile homes, flipping and wholesaling mobile homes, but mobile home parks, RV parks, a lot of people go for just residential. It's very saturated. RV parks and mobile home parks, brokers are on this stuff calling these people every day. There are buyers, but they're trying to just slash everybody with this half price stuff. And let me tell you a little lingo here. Commercial assets, they trade on a cap rate. What that is pretty much all the expenses, less mortgage, and they get their bottom line off of that. All right. So whatever their revenue is, minus all the expenses, less the mortgage, say it's making 50 G's a year. If parks are trading at a 10 cap, you're going to divide that by 10, right? So that'd be $500,000 you could resell it for. But people like to sell on pro forma, right? And I hate that. Please do not fall in that trap. Brokers want to sell you the dream. It is their job to sell you the dream, and you don't want to buy the dream. You want to buy off the numbers. A very, very wise person told me one time, if it don't work with a pencil, it don't freaking work. All right. What that means is don't fudge the numbers to make something work. All right. I'm going to tell you, I went and looked at an RV park yesterday. It could be really cool for somebody that wanted just to invest in it, right? And to spend money on marketing and roads and all this stuff. But if I would have bought it as is, I would have made a 3% return. And like it's going to take me a couple years to get this thing right. Wasn't worth my time. Would be worth somebody's time. I'm not the buyer for that part. I don't want to do all that crap. But when you talk to these brokers and you're like making offers on market, it's going to be very hard to find a deal. The best way to find mobile home park deals, RV park deals, is straight to the owner. How do you do that? Look up expired listings, expired leads, like stuff that went on the market, never sold. It could have been really high. You're going to want to call, be personable. Ask, hey, do you want to sell? Ask, what does this park bring in per month right now? Well, it can bring in. I don't give a crap what it can bring in. What is it bringing in right now? I'm going to give you quick numbers. So I better get a calculator out because I might be throwing some stuff in here that doesn't even make sense. But I'm going to give you some quick numbers. Let me pull up the calculator on my phone. I'm going to tell you how I evaluate these things just real quick. And then there's more due diligence from there. But just gut check test, right? I call a park owner. It's expired listing. How much you bringing in a month? Oh, I'm bringing in 10 grand a month. Awesome. How much you want? Well, I want $2 million. What do you do with that information? Right? I'm going to tell you, you're bringing in $10,000 a month if they will hold paper, meaning they will take payments for that park. Divide that by 1.5%. You're at $666,000. That's a gut check. They want 2 million. You see this thing's only 666 because you divide it by the 1.5%. 2% is badass. But if they'll hold paper, I'm cool with the 666, 650,000 to 670,000 in that range. I'm cool. 1.5%. If they want cash, I'm getting 2%. Right? Making 10,000 a month. That's the gross profit. All right, it's not bottom line. All right. Divided by 2%. If I'm paying you cash, you're getting $500,000. That's where we're starting. It's like, why am I going to talk to these people if they're not going to come close to my numbers? I'm going to give you a little bit more game here. Say these people want $1 million and you divide it by, but they're willing to hold paper. They're willing to hold a note and you're at 666. Cool. It's not over yet. How many spots you have? Well, we got 100 spots. How many are rented? Well, 50. Cool. All right. You want $1 million. You want $1 million valuation in my book, right? It's not because I already told you how these things are traded like normally. But somebody like me, I'm gonna buy it for cash flow, but I want to be able to sell it if I need to sell it, if I want to flip it. So I'm gonna evaluate it off a cap rate too. But my gut check is the 1.5%. Right? 1.5%. That's my gut check. All right. So they want $1 million. So what do we need to do to get from 666, let's call it 700, to $1 million? How much would that be? Like how much? All right, let's see. So if it was bringing in what, 13,000 a month divided by 1.5%, you're at 866. Man, that's not it. 16,000 a month divided by 1.5%, you're at $1 million. All right. So cool. 16 G's a month. It needs to make 16. It's bringing in 10. Can you get another 6,000 a month in this thing? You don't want to buy it based off that unless you say, hey, look, I got an idea. You're at 50% occupancy. What if, and you have units on this thing already? What if I ink this thing for $1 million? All right. You carry the paper. Y'all come up with the terms, whatever it is. Make sure it makes sense with your payment. We'll go over that in a minute. So how many units will it take to get to 16,000 a month? So right now you're at 10 G's. Let's say it's a mobile home park. Each unit rents for 800 bucks a month. Let's just call it that. All right. So you're going to need to get what? You need to make what? Another $6,000? All right. You need to get 8 units rented. 8 units rented. They got 50 spots. It's like, hey, look, dude, gal, whatever. I got an idea. So we're gonna get 8 spots rented. We're gonna ink this for $1 million. You're gonna defer my payment because I think it's gonna take me like 3 months to get 8 spots. These trailers, they need a little work. Give me 3 months till I make my first payment. I'll ink it for $1 million. I'm gonna get these 8 units rented, or however long you think it'll take. I could get 8 units rented in 3 months, but say it's 6 months, whatever you could get, right? And then I'm good at that $1 million valuation. All right. And do your mortgage now. Okay. Now you made that deal with them. So now it makes sense. All right. And you still have all this value add. You just rented 8. So now you've got, 40 more spots or whatever it is. Like, this is a badass deal. Like, there's a lot of value add. You could just keep adding money to this thing. Hell yeah. All right. So now payment terms, all this stuff. Oh, crap. It's confusing. Look, you're going to hold paper. How long will you hold it? 100 months, 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, depend, or what about interest, all this stuff. What about interest? Pull an amortization schedule up. You can Google amortization schedule. There's a good one on bankrate.com. There's other ones. Pull up the terms that they want. All right. So if you're getting it for, $1 million or 600 or 700 at whatever interest at however long, put that in there. See what your payment's going to be right out the gate. Make sure you're not losing money out the gate. That's what you want to do. You're going to look at what your payment's going to be. Then you're going to get taxes, insurance, maintenance. You're going to throw that in there. You do not want to be slim right now because you're going to have expenses come up. And if you don't have money for expenses, partner with somebody that got some cash. Say, I got a badass deal I eat. Partner up with me. Let's share these expenses. Let's figure it out. Or you pay all the expenses because I'm the deal maker, right? Doesn't matter. But you can get to your valuation. Here is another important thing. Utilities. Hey, is it city water? Is it a well? I hate water wells. People do it, but you gotta get them treated, regulatory crap, whatever. If you're into it, cool. That's a deal breaker for me. City water, hell yeah. City sewer, hell yeah. That's awesome. City sewer is badass. Those two things right there alone add a lot of value. All right. And if it's not city sewer, it's not a deal breaker. If it's septic, get those things inspected because septic systems are expensive. Different wherever you're at, they cost a different amount, but they can add up, especially in a big ass park. I'm gonna give you some more game. If you get 100 units plus, private equity's into that. You have a way to flip that for big money down the road. If it's city utilities, it's 100 plus units. I know this is a lot to absorb, but you can make badass deals right now. A lot of people bought, didn't know what the hell they were doing. And there's so many good deals. I just locked up a 0% interest mobile home park. Like 2 days, she inked it. It's little, it's an acre. There's 5 units on it, vacant. I've got room to add more. It's got city water at the street, but she's been sharing a well with the neighbor because she didn't want to just tie it in. There's electric. Y'all ain't but $100,000. I inked it, nothing down, $500 earnest, $1,400 a month, zero interest, 48 months. 48 months. Don't you think I could get? So here's my deal. Here's my thinking right now. There's 5 units on there. If I can rent 3 of those, 1,400 covers the nut. So if I could get 714, all right, I'm covering that. There's gonna be other bull crap to get another one. It's 2,100 a month. I'm in the money. There's 2 more units. This is how y'all got to start thinking. All right, value add. Be a value add shop. Look for value add. Buy off the current situation. And People are like, why would you give her 100? I'm paying zero interest for 48 months, 1,400 a month. Dude, I'm cool. I'm straight. What am I gonna owe her? Like, I don't know. Let's do the freaking math. All right. So 1,400 a month times 48, $67,000. So at the end of this term, I would have paid 67,000 in principal alone. So check this out. 100,000 minus 67,000. I owe $30,000 on this note by the time it's said and done. Can you imagine? If worst case scenario, I just had the 5 units rented. 5 units, 3,500 bucks a month. Or 700 for each, 3,500 bucks a month with a $30,000 note. That's not going to happen because I'm gonna build it up and I'm gonna flip it or keep it and just let it cash flow. I was thinking about putting man camp units out there. But that's what's possible with this stuff. I inked another one. I went and visited yesterday. It was an RV park, 30 plus units. I told you already it wasn't going to work for me, but I'm going to be the broker on it because I'm a broker. So I'm like, look, I can help you. I got experience. It's not good for me. I know people. Let me move this thing. She's like, hell yeah, help me, Travis. So I hope y'all got a ton out of this. I dropped some game, some freaking game. And anyway, if you have like friends, family, anything like that that's not subscribed to my show, I want to get the subscribers up. I want to get this value to everybody. I'm just dropping value. I'm just giving y'all like my brain, what I've been through, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff. Like subscribe to the YouTube, share this with your friends, please. I appreciate the hell out of it. And I'm gonna be bringing on one of my one-on-one clients that just like got he profited 15,000, but he just got a 20K assignment just wholesaling a mobile home. He never even done it. He's got two locked up now. Y'all can do this crap. Make offers, lock stuff up, learn. You got to put in the reps. It's like the gym. You got to put in the reps. Thank y'all so much for listening today. Appreciate y'all.